Hello, my name is Jeff Rolka. I want to thank you for checking out my video. I frequently get asked questions about belting, and so I'm going to talk about it here in this quick tip. Before I do, thank you if you've chosen to subscribe. And if you haven't yet, I hope that you will consider doing so now. If you want a step-by-step method to work on your voice, head over to jeffrolka.com. You can use the AAA method. It's totally free. It's great fundamentals series. That's what it's all about, is foundation. You can also, if you feel so inclined, do a little tip jar action. YouTube has disabled fan funding, but you can still make a contribution to the channel, which is always greatly appreciated. Now, belting. First of all, let's agree what belting is, shall we? Belting is said to be an increase in breath energy as one approaches the secondo passaggio, such that the thyroarytenoid muscles maintain phonation. Now, in English, in the crudest possible way, that's yelling. Now, when we're singing, it's not really yelling, but in a way, it is. If you do not allow your voice to start to incorporate the cricothyroid dominant singing muscles as you ascend towards the secondo passaggio, then you are increasing the tension in the thyroarytenoid muscles. You must increase breath energy in order to maintain phonation and try to stay in tune. So what does that really mean for us in terms of singing? Well, first and foremost, you really got to work on your airflow and engagement. And if you haven't learned about Appoggio and the Appoggio breath management system, I would highly recommend you check out my video on it and my diaphragmatic breathing warm-up, which can really help you get going with Appoggio. I have to say that Appoggio is one of the most profound changes I made to my technique. Granted, it was a while ago now, but when I did it, it changed everything about how I breathed and sang and the effectiveness of my overall singing delivery. The next thing is you must really learn where the secondo passaggio is, and that's not just so that we know that we're increasing that muscle engagement as we ascend towards it, but I feel that it is really critical for us to maintain healthy, sustainable singing, that we not exceed a major second above the secondo passaggio. Beyond that, we start to really incorporate a lot of tension in the thyroarytenoid muscles. It can induce a lot of fatigue. It can make it so we need to take time off. It induces a lot of muscle fatigue. Down that path lead all kinds of other issues. And if you're adding really aggressive glottal attacks into that, well, now we've really got problems. So let me show you the differences here. My secondo passaggio is right about there, about F above middle C. Now, normally, as I would approach that, I would be allowing my voice to start the transition towards my upper register, allowing the cricothyroid muscles to elongate the vocal fold. Now that top note there in that key is right about at my secondo passaggio. Now if I back up, come back here to A flat major again, but this time I'm going to increase my breath energy quite a bit more, and I'm not going to allow those cricothyroid muscles to start the transition process. There's a certain quality to the belted voice that is slightly different than that of one which is being allowed to transition. Here are the two back to back. This will be the key of C. So there's my secondo passaggio. I'll go right over the top of it and back down. This is me singing through the transition in my voice. Here's me belting. But the thing is that I'm really not going to go any higher than that with my belted voice. I don't want to get into the habit of going higher and higher and higher, risking damaging my voice. And there are those that will say that if you're getting sore, then you're not doing it correctly. There's a lot of contention about belting in the vocal pedagogical world. It's something that is spoken of quite frequently. It is something that people disagree about a lot. My thing is that you, as an artist, need to have a lot of different tools in your tool chest. Belting may be one of those tools that you need to have. It's not for me to ask why per se, but to advise you in the most sustainable way that I feel comfortable with. And I feel that if we stick to a major second above the secondo passaggio, where the secondo passaggio is naturally, not pushed out, then we're going to be using our voice in a healthy way. And more importantly than that, a sustainable way that is going to let us keep on singing and singing and singing. But you have to be sensitive to your instrument. Your voice may or may not be able to tolerate that kind of even light abuse. And if that is in fact the case, it is my advice that you really, really focus on smoothing through the secondo passaggio. That is the accepted technique in the International School of Voice. Singing over the secondo passaggio, allowing the cricothyroid muscles to elongate the vocal fold, getting into head voice. But again, a full-sounding head voice. The actual term is voce piena in testa, the sound of chest voice in head. And that is primarily what I do here on the channel and what I do in my lessons. If you have questions about this, please get in touch via the comment section or on Twitter, or come by my live event, which is 6 p.m. on Saturday. It's every Saturday at 6 p.m. London time. So thank you so much for watching. As always, I hope this helps. Take really good care of your voices, especially if you're thinking about belting. And hopefully I'll see you again.